Let me ask you a simple question. How much of your life are you wasting just thinking about starting? You see, success doesn't require that you leap over mountains. No, it often begins with something as small as 5 minutes of courage, 5 minutes of action, 5 minutes of discipline. The great tragedy is that too many wait for motivation to arrive like a lightning bolt. But I'm here to tell you, motion creates emotion. Action first, feelings later. What if I told you that everything you want, the better career, the stronger body, the richer relationships, could begin with a decision that takes less time than boiling a pot of coffee? In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you a simple rule. A rule so small, so easy, and yet so powerful that it can flip the entire course of your day and over time your life. It's called the 5-minute rule for productivity. If you'll learn it, if you'll live it, your dreams will stop being something you talk about and start becoming something you live. Stay with me. Let's get started. Why big changes start small. One of the greatest mistakes you and I can ever make is believing that success demands something massive at the start. We think if we can't run the marathon today, if we can't earn a fortune by Friday, if we can't transform our life in one giant leap, then maybe it's not worth starting at all. But that's not how life works. And it's not how success works either. You see, big accomplishments are simply the result of small disciplines practiced consistently over time. Let me say that again, because it's worth tattooing on your mind. Big accomplishments are simply the result of small disciplines practiced consistently over time. Think about the mighty oak tree. It didn't appear overnight. No, it started as a tiny seed, barely noticeable, almost insignificant, but planted, nurtured, disciplined by the seasons. It grew into something powerful, something unshakable. And you and I were no different. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail isn't talent or luck or some secret advantage. It's in the little things, the small beginnings, honored daily, a 5-minute workout, a 5-minute journal entry, a 5-minute phone call to a potential client. 5 minutes might not look like much, but stack enough 5 minutes together, and pretty soon you've built a future others will marvel at. Now, here's the magic. Small efforts are easy to do. But here's the trap. They're just as easy not to do. It's easy to say, 5 minutes won't matter. And yet success or failure is determined exactly there, in the attitude toward the small things. If you can't be trusted with 5 minutes, how can you be trusted with 5 hours? If you can't honor a tiny commitment, how will you ever carry a big one? Life tests us in the small first. And when you pass the small tests, life opens up bigger opportunities. So remember this law. Small hinges swing big doors. Every giant oak was once just an acorn that refused to quit. And every future you dream of, every achievement you hope for, it all starts with what you choose to do, or not do, with the next 5 minutes. Start small, start today, and you'll look back one day, amazed at just how far 5 minutes of courage can take you. Understanding the 5-minute rule. Now that we understand why small beginnings matter, let's talk about one of the simplest, yet most powerful tools you can put to work in your life starting today. It's called the 5-minute rule. And here's what it says. If a task will take you 5 minutes or less, do it immediately. That's it. That's the whole rule. But don't let its simplicity fool you. Behind that little rule is a principle that can change your productivity, your discipline, and even your future. You see, success isn't about doing extraordinary things once. It's about doing ordinary things consistently. Most of us don't lose the battle because we couldn't handle the big tasks. We lose the battle because we let small tasks pile up. A quick email left unsent, a phone call left unmade, a small piece of clutter left unattended. One delay turns into two. 2 delays turn into a habit. And pretty soon the weight of what we've avoided feels overwhelming. That's when procrastination grabs you by the ankles and pulls you down. But the 5-minute rule is the antidote. By handling those quick, easy tasks immediately, you do 2 very important things. Number 1, you build momentum. Number 2, you prove to yourself that you're a person who takes action. And let me tell you, few things are more valuable than the belief that you are a person of action. Because belief drives behavior. Behavior reinforces belief. And the cycle either works for you or against you. Let's be practical for a moment. Think of all the things you could knock out in 5 minutes. Write a thank you note. Organize your desk. Pay a small bill. File an important document. Read a page of a good book. Do 20 push-ups. Plan your top 3 priorities for the day. None of these things seem life-changing on their own. But string a dozen of them together, do it day after day, and you become a person of order, a person of discipline, a person of momentum. Now here's an important key. The 5-minute rule isn't just about doing tasks. It's about building an identity that says, when something needs doing, I don't delay, I act. And the more you reinforce that identity, the more powerful you become. So from today forward, I challenge you, when you see something that will take 5 minutes or less, don't overthink it. Don't debate it. Don't put it on tomorrow's list. Just get it done. Because in those tiny victories, a much bigger victory is being born. Breaking the chains of procrastination. If you ever feel like you're dragging a heavy weight through your day, if your to-do list seems to grow instead of shrink, let me tell you the real culprit. Procrastination is not a minor habit. It's a thief. It steals your time, your energy, your confidence, and worst of all, it steals your future. But here's the good news. You don't have to live in chains. You can break free, and you can start today. You see, procrastination isn't caused by laziness like most people think. No, it's caused by fear. Fear of discomfort. Fear of imperfection. Fear that it might take too long, be too hard, or not turn out the way we hope. So instead of starting, we stall. We hesitate. We wait. But here's a principle I want you to burn into your mind. Waiting makes it worse. The longer you wait, the bigger the task grows in your mind. The longer you wait, the heavier the burden feels on your shoulders. The longer you wait, the more power fear has over you. That's why the 5-minute rule is so powerful, because it interrupts the pattern. It says don't wait until you feel ready. Don't wait until you feel motivated. Don't wait until it feels easy. Start now. Even if you start small. Even if you start clumsily. Even if you start uncertainly. Because once you start, everything changes. You see, emotion follows motion. When you act, even for 5 minutes, you take the power away from fear, and you give it back to yourself. And that's when the magic happens. What once looked like a mountain becomes a series of small, simple steps. What once felt overwhelming begins to feel possible. Your mind shifts from, I can't to maybe I can. And with a little more action, maybe I can't becomes of course I can. That's the chain reaction of discipline. And the beauty is, you don't have to conquer the whole world today. You just have to conquer the next 5 minutes. So the next time procrastination whispers, later, you answer back, now, not tomorrow, not next week, now. 5 minutes of boldness can begin the process of a lifetime of victories. Momentum. Your new best friend. If there's one invisible force that can either work for you or against you, it's momentum. Momentum is the silent partner to every great success story. You can't always see it. You can't always feel it at first. But once you have it, oh my friend, life gets a whole lot easier. The hardest work is not staying in motion. It's getting into motion. Think about a train sitting still on the tracks. Just sitting there, it can be stopped by a little block of wood placed under the wheels. But if that same train is moving even just a few miles an hour, it can crash through a 5-foot thick wall of steel and concrete. What's the difference? Momentum. And it's exactly the same in your life. When you're standing still, procrastinating, doubting, hesitating, even the smallest obstacle looks like a mountain. But once you start moving, once you build even a little momentum, those same obstacles become pebbles under your feet. And here's the beauty of it. You don't need a perfect plan to build momentum. You don't need unlimited energy. You don't even need hours and hours every day. You just need to move. And the 5-minute rule is the key to getting you moving. 5 minutes of focused action builds just enough energy to carry you into minute 6, then minute 7, then the whole hour if you let it. The law is simple. An object in motion stays in motion. And when it comes to personal growth, discipline, success, nothing is more valuable than becoming a person who knows how to get moving and keep moving. So from today forward, make momentum your new best friend. Whenever you feel stuck, whenever the task feels too big, whenever your mind says, maybe later, just say, give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes to start, 5 minutes to push, 5 minutes to remind myself who I really am, a person of action. And once you build that first little bit of momentum, you'll find something incredible happens. Motion feeds motivation. Progress creates power, and momentum, it carries you into a life that others only dream about. The compound effect of tiny wins. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful principles in all of success. It's called the compound effect. And here's the truth. Tiny wins stack into massive victories. Most people are waiting for the one big break, the one golden moment, the one miracle decision that changes everything overnight. But life doesn't work like that. Success is built quietly, steadily, one small decision at a time. Every 5-minute action you take, every small task you complete, every tiny discipline you honor, is like putting $1 in the bank of your future. It doesn't look like much today. It won't make the headlines. No one's gonna throw you a parade because you cleaned your desk, or made that quick call, or sent that follow-up email. But let me tell you something. Those tiny invisible wins are worth more than all the big dreams and intentions you never act on. Because small efforts, compounded over time, create unstoppable momentum. They create character. They create confidence. They create results. You don't have to be extraordinary to have extraordinary success. You just have to be consistent at doing the small things that matter. 5 minutes of reading a good book every day, that's over 30 hours of learning in a year. 5 minutes of exercise daily, that's over 30 hours of movement and a healthier, stronger body. 5 minutes spent reaching out to prospects, building relationships, nurturing your network. That's hundreds of opportunities knocking at your door over time. So don't fall for the trap of thinking small steps don't matter. Small steps are the only thing that matters at first. The key isn't how much you do in a single day. The key is how much you stack, day after day, week after week, month after month. Here's the simple rule. Small things done consistently beat big things done occasionally. Write that down. Put it where you can see it, because your future is not shaped by what you do once in a while. Your future is shaped by what you do 5 minutes at a time. So honor the small wins, celebrate them, stack them, and soon enough, you'll find yourself standing at the top of mountains you once thought were impossible to climb. 5-minute practices for maximum impact. Now that you understand the power of 5 minutes, let's get even more practical. You might be wondering, Jim, where do I start? What can I actually do in just 5 minutes that will matter? Good question. And the answer is a lot more than you think. You see, it's not about the size of the action. It's about the direction of the action. So let me give you a handful of simple 5-minute practices you can begin right away. Practices that over time will reshape